Hey everyone, welcome back to HTML series. Last time we covered some history along with the basics of elements and tags. Now we are diving deeper. Let's jump into the code and see these fundamentals in action. Here is some sample HTML code. Let's walk through it together. Check out this first line. It might look like a bunch of random characters, but it's actually the browser's secret handshake. Without this line, browsers will be confused. This line tells the browser, hey, relax, it's HTML of version 5, no need to panic. It is called the document type declaration or doctype for short. HTML has evolved over time with new versions introducing new features and sometimes deprecating older ones. Browsers use this doctype information to maintain backward compatibility and handle different versions of HTML appropriately. So, this line tells the browser, hey browser, this is the modern HTML. Use the latest standards. This activates something called standard mode. Without it, the browser might fall back into Quirks mode, trying to imitate old, outdated browsers. This can lead to all sort of display issues and inconsistencies. Think of this doc type as a set of instructions for the browser. With correct instructions, the browser follows them precisely like a well-trained chef following a recipe. That is standard mode. But without those instructions, the browser has to improvise like a chef trying to cook without a recipe. That is Quirks mode. Hence, the result is often a messy and unpredictable dish. So, avoid quirks, use the doc type, and keep your website looking great everywhere. It is a small line of code, but with a big impact. So, the doc type might seem boring, but it's a crucial handshake between your code and the browser. It sets the stage for everything that is to come in your awesome creation of HTML. Now we need to tell the browser where the actual HTML starts. That is where the HTML tag comes in. It is like saying, hey browser, the HTML party starts here. Almost every HTML document is like a book with the two main things, the head and the body. Imagine an HTML document as a book. The head is like a book's cover, title page, table of contents, and index. It provides some metadata information about the book, like what is the title of the book, who is the author and publisher. This information helps you navigate and understand the book. In HTML, the head contains the metadata information about the page, like the title that appears in the browser tab, character encoding, and the links to the external files. This helps the browser and search engines understand your page. We can relate this with how we search and find the best book for us with help of book's cover page, title, and table of contents. And the next, the body tag. This we can relate with the actual contents of the book. So far, we have covered the four things: doc type, HTML, head, and body tags. But these four are not enough to see something into the web page. To display content, we need to add elements within the body tag. It is time to write some code and bring it to life. You don't need any special software to write HTML. Any text editor will work. I will be using VS Code in this series. Feel free to use your favorite one. Let's fire up the VS Code. First, choose a folder where you want to save your HTML files, and then create a folder called My Websites. Now, inside this folder, create a file and name it index.html. The .html extension is crucial. It tells the computer this is an HTML file. Now, let's add the basic HTML structure we learned. First, the doc type declaration. This tells the browser we are using HTML5. Then, we add the HTML tag, which is a root element of our page. Inside the HTML tag, we have two important sections, head and body tags. And let's add a title tag inside the head tag. And the contents of this title will be displayed on the browser's tab. Make sure your code is nicely indented. This makes it much easier to read and understand. Similarly, let's add a paragraph inside the body, and this is the main contents of the page, which will be displayed on the web. Now, let's see this in action. There are two ways to open this in your browser. The first way is to copy the file path. and paste it directly in your browser's address bar. Hit enter and there it is. You should see a welcome to HTML on your page. Now let's go back to the code and change the text inside the paragraph tag. I will change it to this is my first web page. Now if you go back to the browser, you will notice that the change hasn't appeared yet. You need to refresh the page to see the latest updates. Hit refresh and there is the updated text. Now there is a much more easier way to do this in VS Code that automatically refreshes the browser whenever you save your code. It is called the live server extension.
Now open the extension tab and search for live server. Install the live server extension. Once it is installed, you will see a Go Live button in the bottom right corner of VS Code. Click the button. This will automatically open your HTML file in your browser on a local server. Best part is whenever you update your file and save it, the browser will automatically refresh it. No more manual refreshing. Let me just arrange these windows so we can see both VS Code and browser at the same time. If you observe closely, as I type and save the HTML file, the browser window update automatically, eliminating the need for manual refreshes. This makes the live server so handy. That's it for the basic HTML structure, guys. I hope it was helpful. This is the foundation of every web page you will build. There is so much more to learn. In next video, we will cover even more exciting tags. I will see you there. If you have any questions, please leave them in comment section. Thank you for your time.